What's up, and welcome to the Boys of Fall Week 10 edition. Every time I start it up, I want to almost like a small tear comes out. We're getting we are very quickly nearing the end. We are well past the halfway point, but we're having fun. I'm enjoying, at least we were on this stretch of 50 some odd days of football. I'm sure we still got like 30 days left or something like that. It's been fantastic. But and hopefully the internet's better this time around. But we did do well as a show. So if happens again, I guess we'll that means make sure you bet all the bets. But
I get all the credit for yours, right? Except the losing ones.
Well, outside of BYU, wrong team favored,
Yeah.
But yep, good morning to those regulars in the chat here. We got some people coming in. If you're watching on, X here, or you follow us, do us a favor, give us a retweet here. And then, of course, we got the people following, watching it on YouTube as well. We've got some.
Get that one down. Get that one down. He's saying Ohio State's going to cover. Don't put that back up there.
I see. Anyway, Ty, how we feeling?
I feel good. I've been on. I switched up my strategy for the weekday games because I was going like 1-1. So last night, actually, it was just a bloodbath for me. Here I am thinking some of these dogs are going to stay within even the bigger number that I put out there. And La Tech, who's allergic to points, dropped 55. I mean, it was just brutal. And then FCS, I always ask myself, why am I even dabbling in this? NAU loses it in overtime at home. Just gross. But today I feel really good about the slate. I feel really good, just like I did last week. I feel good about this slate. So, yeah, I'm ready to roll.
Yeah, I haven't messed with FCS in a minute. I remember talking to you about it, like when Fordham, whatever, when they were just literally a juggernaut, and it was just like bet them to win or their team total every week. Like it was like the layup type stuff. But I haven't paid enough attention to even know who's. I saw like
some
Penn played yesterday. Yeah,
some of them are layups, and then for some reason, it's just kind of like college football, right? Where you're just like,
but then some you can't even track.
Yeah, I just don't feel as comfortable taking a dog in the FCS as I do in the FBS.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, the dogs right here killed me. Let me speak on this. UNC gets stopped at the half-inch line in overtime to win the game. They went for 2. Mississippi State went to overtime also. Michigan State stayed within the number of the 14.5, but they didn't stand a chance really at all. There's a few opportunities that they had, and they just could not get it done. But UNC Mississippi State, that should have been 2 green check marks next to those dogs right there.
Yeah, I'll talk about Mississippi State a couple times, I'd imagine, today. But that was ugly. That was definitely ugly. Texas didn't deserve to win that game, that's for damn sure. What about Arkansas? How are you feeling about Arkansas?
Yeah, just 3 turnovers in a row. It's like 2 picks and a fumble. They had that game. Like, we should not have – this should have been a sweep.
Yep, I think so.
They're winning it, and then they just throw a pick 6, and then they throw another pick, and it's just like, oh, God. Like, yeah. I mean, we should not have lost that game.
Yeah. My 3 winners, I loved them. A&M, did their job for sure. I mean, they won easily. Vandy looked great. BYU, of course, covers that with ease. Ole Miss, Oklahoma. Oklahoma gave up a lot of points. Ole Miss did whatever the heck they wanted. And I definitely was not expecting that. More to come on that, I suppose, talking about OU. But and then SMU, of course, they let us down a little bit. But still like SMU. Still, SMU Vandy still a favorite of mine, favorite of the podcast or whatever here. But all right. I clicked out the wrong button. Here we go. Now we're back. Okay, so we'll go ahead and we'll hop into her here. like I said, do me a favor, retweet, like it, whatever. Try to, continue to help us, try to grow, get some more people joining, whatever. If you're watching on YouTube, just like these guys are posting, we can pull it up on here. We, at the end, will go through and you guys can ask some questions, a little more interactive. If you're watching on X, I can pull those comments up just the same so you can interact with us as well. So we're streaming to the two platforms here. Before I get started, all the plays are going to obviously be posted in the Discord. You get 10 plays out of here for quote unquote free. I hate, even sometimes using that word or whatever, but obviously this is free, right? So the Discord does cost money. However, that's where we kind of have some of those combinations or some of those unique builders that I have. The boost plays that FanDuel and DraftKings put out, I've got to play for all of those already. Like the Vandy in particular, 50%. There's a 30%, 33% on USC, Nebraska, and I think Tennessee game. Anyhow, Ty's got links in the top of his Twitter there. I have it as well, and then we've got a link in the bottom here on YouTube as well if you're interested in signing up. Anyway, Ty, I don't have my notes pulled up. Do you want to get started?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Rip.
All right, I have not dropped one of these in a while. It is the salute to service play of the day. All right. I absolutely love Navy today. Navy plus 7.5 is the play, but also I'm going to give you an extra one. Navy team total over 29.5. This North Texas team, their defense is not that good, okay? They even struggled against Army, 45-38. And Army they're going to beat Air Force today. There you go. I just gave you another nugget. They're going to beat Air Force today. The away okay, let me just skip to that game real quick. In the Army Air Force game, the away teams always win that matchup. All right, so there you go. There's a nugget. Blake Horvath is an absolute dog. He is the Jim Thorpe of modern football. He should have been sitting in the Heisman finalists last year. If they don't lose that one game, he's there. They run one of the most complex offenses, in my opinion, right? You got the triple option with the pass option. It is dangerous and it is difficult. And the fact that North Texas struggled with Army, who does not run the same type of variation as Navy, they are going to struggle big time. Now, North Texas will be able to score. The Navy secondary, which is where they're going to be able to attack them, ranks like 113th in the nation in passing defense. But I expect Navy to be able to keep this within the number at plus 7.5, and I think they are live on the money line.
What I was gonna say, you got to think, thinking North Texas scores, you got to think, got to probably lean over, I would think.
Yeah. Navy's going to match them score for score. I even think Navy probably has a lead.
Yeah. That's a high total, but
it is a high total. That's why I went with Navy team total over 29.5. I'm giving you guys that for free. That's in the Discord, but my official play here is the plus 7.5. I think that they keep this within a touchdown. They're going to be live on the money line. This is going to be like a field goal game that comes down to the end. Both teams will be able to attack either team in the secondary, the ground game for Navy, and then they're just going to be able to drop it right over the top. And Blake Horvath, like I said, is the Jim Thorpe, the Captain America. So that is the salute to service play of the day.
Speaking of, I didn't mess with it. But we got another Service Academy game going, and I didn't blindly run to the under like I usually would. So I guess I'm evolving, or it's just not a lock anymore like it has been.
Yeah, I think it's at 49.5, or it was when I looked, but I like Army minus 110 right there on the money line. Like I said, the away teams usually pull these ones out. Army's not the same team that they were, but Air Force is not good.
Neither team is all that great, honestly. No. All right, so I'll roll into my first one here, and I'm just going back to the well. I might have to bet this team all year, unless it gets to the point that our boy Diego Pavia is not playing or he's rested them because they're going bowling or college football playoffs. I'm sure they're going to be in some kind of a contention to, you don't want to keep piling on the points and whatever, but I like Vandy. I mean, a ton here, honestly. I think I seen they were sitting at a 3 on FanDuel, minus 122 if you can bump to 3.5 just to have that smart bet here. I'm curious. I'm actually looking at DraftKings. So they're 3 on DraftKings as well. So buy that 3.5. It just makes sense. Of course, the push is fine. You get your money back, but it just makes sense to get the 3.5. No reason to give up on Vandy right now. I mean, dogs, right? Dogs showing up as a dog. They're going to Texas. Oh, Arch Manning, who is banged up, right? He got hurt at the end of the game with Mississippi State. I don't know if he's got any fear of missing the game or not. I don't think we're waiting on news. I'm not worried about if he plays. I like Vandy even more if he does not play, but I don't mind, having him in, as he just really hasn't been a big factor. Texas is still incredibly overrated. I don't think they deserve a number next to their name. They're 5 games. They're 5 out from not having a number next to their name. But I also think the under could be a pretty good look here. Just kind of a little 2-for-1 special or whatever. I don't think Texas scores a lot. I don't know if Vandy is necessarily going to pile it on. But we watched Texas, like I mentioned, against Mississippi State, and Mississippi State won that game. If it wasn't for the fourth quarter, Mississippi State won that game. Mississippi owned that game. They gave it away, gave up a punt, return touchdown or kickoff, whichever one it was. Vandy's coming out of 2 real tough SEC matchups against Mizzou and LSU. They beat MSU by 7, or Mizzou by 7. They beat LSU by 10. Texas, it took overtime to beat Mississippi State, and then they just won in a 16-13 matchup against Kentucky. And I do feel like that score could be similar. I think Vandy's better than Kentucky. We could see a real low-scoring 16-13 type game again. Obviously, that gives us our cover with Vandy. I think Vandy could be the winner in this game of the 16-13. Vandy wins this game, in my opinion, but we've got a field goal to work with by the hook. It's smart. Vandy really, in my opinion, runs Texas out of their own stadium today.
Heisman moment for Diego Pavia today.
Yeah, for sure.
This cements his 3. If you're hearing that in the background, don't worry. That child is fine. He's being watched by a 5-year-old.
Yeah, I was just like, maybe I'll run out there and see. Let me see what's going on.
The bigger one is watching the little ones. So.
I'll be right back. Go ahead.
All right. So we'll move to the next play. I'm used to doing this show now by myself anyways. So the next play is Miami versus SMU. There's a few things in life that are guaranteed: death, taxes, and Mario Cristobal to keep games tight when they shouldn't be. Look, Jennings, he struggled at times, but SMU passes the ball most of the time. And that's where Miami has pretty much struggled a lot of the time this year. Their defensive line, though, does scare me. So if Jennings is unable to move around the pocket, or that offensive line is unable to hold up, that could be a problem. But 10.5, I think, is just too much. We're going to go with SMU plus 10.5. I like these guys to keep this within the number. And I think this is going to – I think it's going to be like a end of the game type of – they could be live on the money line. I hate to say that, but they could be. We saw what Louisville did in Miami. I think that this is a similar pattern that you will see from Miami, is where these – this national program like Miami is going to allow teams like Louisville, SMU to hang in. And if SMU can hang in for long enough, I think that they can win this game outright. I don't think this will be a game where they backdoor cover or anything like that. This is going to be a game that they are in it the entire time. They're also getting a few guys back on defense that have been out injured, which should help them. And even though that they struggle against like mobile quarterbacks, which is what we've seen from SMU defensively, Carson Beck just isn't that guy. Not that dude. So SMU plus 10.5.
Agreed. I missed most of it, but I do like SMU. I just went different routes or whatever. We talked about SMU being one of our favorites. My 5-year-old's got the shoe rack. All the shoes are on the ground, and he's sitting in it like a hammock.
Nice.
It's a mess out there.
Good.
All right, my play, second play. We're gonna go to IU. I'm tired of watching them. Tired of watching them destroy their opponents, and I'm not in it, right? So if I'm gonna hop in it, maybe it's gonna be too late.
Stole my play.
Oh,
apologies. Go ahead.
But IU team total over 34.5. They're just whooping teams. We saw last week, the first, second, third play of the game, defensive touchdown, IU. IU's not slowing down. Chris Signetti doesn't stop. It is quite literally just score. I mean, he's out for blood. It's an awesome story of what he's done to that program. I mean, really what Chris Signetti did when he was at JMU as well. But they've scored. I used fourth highest in the nation, averaging 45 points per game. They scored 56, 38, 30, 20, and 63. That 30 was against Oregon, who at the time was number 2 team in the nation, maybe. And then Iowa, of course, that's just a grueling Big Ten game. Iowa, good defense, great defense, always been that way. On paper, Maryland doesn't give up a whole lot of points, but they really haven't played a team like IU. There probably isn't any team like IU out there. They just let Nebraska score 34 on them. Maryland did, and Nebraska does have a sneaky, they're scoring and stuff, and Nebraska's not really known to have this powerhouse offense or this great team. Nebraska just put up 34. I mean, that feels like IU puts up 50 in this kind of game. So IU over 34.5 team total is sitting at like minus 128. I don't think I had to buy it down. I probably did. Most books got it available. So get it under the 35. It just makes sense. 34.5 is what we'll go with for IU team total.
All right, next we're going to go to the greatest city in the country. That's the city of Philadelphia. Some say the greatest city in the world. Now, I'm not going to sit there and say that, but they do make one hell of a sandwich, the cheesesteak. What college team is in Philadelphia? Well, the one and old Temple Owls, where a legend, I won't say legend, but a gentleman by the name of Bill Cosby went. Today, they're putting the ECU Pirates to sleep. All right. They are going to win outright. They are 6-2 against the spread. They would be 4-0 if they didn't lose the Navy, which, by the way, was a 1-point loss. 1 point. This is Temple. The books don't seem to put any respect on this Owls team, so we're gonna continue to roll with them. Temple plus 5.5. They are going to win this game outright. It's at home. ECU doesn't know who they are. Temple covers all the time this year, 6-2, and ECU is 1-3 against the spread. So now they're favored on the road in Philly. The link won't be rocking like it is on Sundays. There's going to be 20 people there, but they will win this game outright. I promise you. Take them plus 5.5. That's my official play, but I'm just giving you a little sprinkle.
Yeah, I remember that game against Navy. I was, metaphorically pulling my hair out. Like, what is going on? I just had Navy money line. And I think that's the game that they had the rain delay for forever. Yeah. Then we saw rain delays were a crazy thing. Minus 10,000 odds would be a rain delay this week because they were just coming like crazy. Not something I feel like we've seen. And then obviously it's gone. I guess the raining season's over. But anyhow, I like that. I do like that.
Yeah, I mean, the only team that they didn't cover against was when they played. Well, they two. Tulsa last week they were favored, and then Oklahoma. Yeah. I mean, like Temple versus Oklahoma. Come on.
Right. Yeah. What are they supposed to do about that?
Right.
A little bit of mismatch. All right. Next one here might be one of the favorite ones on my list, to be honest. San Diego State University. Their helmets are, fantastic. You gotta love their helmets. Minus 10.5 against Wyoming. I wish I had a little bit of a better number, but I'm not worried about it. 9.5, you just feel better. So I'm not. I mean, you know what the books are doing there, obviously. But Wyoming's beat 2-6 Colorado State team. They beat a 2-5 San Jose State team. They've beat a 3-6 Akron team. Their wins have been against bad opponents. Absolutely, Wyoming does not win this game. Does SDSU cover? I mean, I really do think so. They come to the game, 6-1. They've got a very good defense. I think they are going to severely limit Wyoming. And Wyoming's defense gets quite literally no pressure on the quarterback. I think they are ranked last, if not second to third last in terms of havoc or pressure rate. So, they're just SDSU's going to be able to sit back there all night, pick it apart. SDSU minus 10.5. I think, I mean, it could be a laugher, to be honest. Could be like a 23 nothing kind of game. Maybe they blow, maybe it's, 35-7, something like that. I think that SDSU wins it pretty handedly, especially at home here for my third play.
So that is another one of my teams that you have stolen, but you can have them. But San Diego State can score in every facet.
Yeah.
They are guaranteed a defensive touchdown usually every single week. They will get you very close to a touchdown on special teams. They are dangerous, so I like them a lot. All right, next I'm going to go back to a team I've stayed away from for a little bit this year, but it's been one I've loved for a long time, and that is Rock Chalk Jayhawk. They've only put up 17 points in each of the last 2 games, but today that changes against the 11 cadavers that are out there playing defense for Oklahoma State. They've gotten 11 bodies from the morgue, dressed them up in Oklahoma State Cowboy uniforms, and said, get out there and play football. Every week. Yes, they are a cash cow every week. So, Kansas, team total over 39.5. They should smoke Oklahoma State. This is a bounce back spot. They just got embarrassed by Kansas State at home. Yeah, at home, 42-17. Then they lose a week prior to Texas Tech, 42-17. The roles reversed today. They put up 42 points. Okay? 11 warm bodies out there dressed in Oklahoma State gear. It doesn't matter how many boys over 250 pounds are up there in section 220 waving with no shirt on. Daniels is scoring over 39.5. Give me Kansas over 39.5 team total.
I was trying to find that game.
Great.
Minus 24.5. It's just like the books have definitely been, you mentioned not betting them. It's because, it's just making it hard. We're just laying these big numbers and it's just scary to, But yeah, Oklahoma State's not very good.
No, terrible.
All right. So
that's a gret picture of Ruben. I mean, what a guy. Look at the way he looks. Ruben, you look fantastic, dude.
Going to the big game. I can't. What's the word? Propensity. If that's how I got propensity for. I think that's the right definition for. Whatever. Let's move on.
No, you just love taking these games where there's so much money on it. It's most likely rigged.
And
like
Texas A&M, we walked to the cash counter on that one.
Okay. Well, let's walk, not run. I mean, run, don't walk.
Tennessee minus 2.5. I think that's where the numbers probably, that's where it's at right now. Minus 118 on DraftKings. Tennessee by 1 million.
Yeah,
maybe not that.
What a mistake.
Maybe not that much, but I mean, Tennessee's the third highest scoring team in the nation going against OU, who is the 6th highest, who was second, and they just allowed 20-something points to Ole Miss or more. And, they got tuned up by Ole Miss. So it's kind of like, all right, did Ole Miss just kind of expose how you go about it or whatever? Did Tennessee learn something from that game where Ole Miss was able to score at will against Oklahoma? But we have a very good offense versus a very good defense. And honestly, I think it's generally tough. I do feel the good offense generally does win out against the good defense. That offense knows where to go in. The defense doesn't. You need just one breakdown, one big play. But then there is, of course, different situations. Like, for example, like in the USC-Nebraska game tonight, Nebraska had fantastic pass defense. USC likes to throw the ball. Maybe you have strength on strength in the sense of that, but an overall good offense with Tennessee. And there's just these outside factors. It's at Tennessee. It's at night. It's a blackout game. I do believe they're wearing their black and oranges. The whole crowd's gonna be wearing black. It's gonna be an electric atmosphere, SEC matchup. Tennessee wins the game. If you're afraid of the 2.5, minus 142 on a money line is not bad. Tennessee just go out there and win the game. In my opinion, it's for sure a Tennessee letdown spot. Well, a spot for Tennessee. It's Tennessee's game to win. They're gonna have to screw it up to not. So Tennessee minus 2.5 is where I go on the big game for tonight.
All right, and every gambler knows that the chase begins and ends after a long day in one place. Now, it's not played there tonight, but we still have the team. When you've been having a bad day and you're like, I need to get all my money back, I need to get it back, there's only one place you can look. There's only one team to turn to, and that is the Rainbow Warriors. So I like to stay up till 1 o'clock in the morning, because who doesn't, and watch Hawaii football. But we get it tonight against San Jose State. Two incredibly weird teams going up against each other. And I love this game to go over. Both of them went under last week. Not a problem. This is a big bounce back spot. Hawaii in the last 3 has averaged 40 points per game prior to last week. Both teams love to pass the ball. San Jose State really annoys me, because when they score, when they get to like 33, 35, they'll take their foot off the gas. They're not going to be able to do that today. Hawaii will continue to score points. So San Jose State's going to be able to going to have to continue to do it. So we're going with the over. I believe it was 56.5. We're going to go with San Jose State versus Hawaii. My guess is, based on how much I like these plays today, it's not going to be a chase. It's going to be icing on the top. All right. We're not chasing down losses today. We're adding to the pot. All right.
I like it.
That's what we're doing.
All right, we'll wrap it up here with the last play as usual. Now's the time. Watch it on Twitter, X, watch it on YouTube. Kids are screaming in the background. But go ahead and drop any, we cover 10 games here. We've sprinkled in some talks about, some Service Academy games and stuff like that. But go ahead and, any particular questions you might be wondering about a certain game or something, we can certainly share whether or not we have an opinion on it. Now's the time. Go ahead and flood the chat with that. My last play, and I don't have a whole lot to say about it, to be honest. I think it's just too many points, is I like Wake plus 10.5 against Florida State. Just too many points. Castellanos, quarterback for Florida State, is playing, but he's hobbled. Dude, these kids. The oldest is now screaming and crying, so the 2-year-old must have gave him a right hook or something. But anyway, these kids, man. Now the dogs are barking because he's knocking on the door. Anyway, he's in. Sawyer, just hold on. He's in, and he's banged up, so we're getting a 10.5 line because the starting quarterback's in, but the starting quarterback's not able to do what he likes to do, and that's run the ball effectively. So if he isn't able to effectively run the ball, we're getting this. It's baked into this line of like, oh, Castellanos is playing 10.5 points, whatever, but he's not able to do what he wants to do. Like I said, just too many points. I don't think it's a game Wake necessarily wins, but 10.5 is a lot of points. I don't think Florida State's that good of a football team, in a sense that I don't think they're like 2 touchdowns better than Wake is. And Wake is severely outperforming their projections on the year. They're already over their win total. So I mean, they're doing what nobody expected them to do. So I don't see why they don't continue to do that. So that's where we're at. Wake plus 10.5 miles. Talking my language. This old cousin here. Yeah, Notre Dame's gonna. I think the line's 30.5 or 30 higher than 30.5, so that's too high. But yeah, we like Notre Dame to go out there and win some football. Ty, did you just roll your eyes?
Yeah, I did. All right. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Take UConn. UConn's team total. UAB, another one of those teams. Ooh, they fired head coach last week. They came out, they won. Doesn't matter. UConn's gonna smoke them. It's like cold up. It's in UConn. It's cold. UAB's headed up there. This is just a beatdown. UConn will do whatever they want. So take UConn team total. Sorry, Ty, but Ohio State gets the win today. Tell Jim Knowles hi for me. Yeah, I'll let him know. Listen here, Trap Deem. You may be right. But what if? This would be very Penn State of them to not going to win. They can't go to the playoff. They can't do anything. I'm saying it's not going to happen, but how Penn State of them would it be to go out there and win today? Think about that. Just saying. They are trash. They're so bad. Yeah, all love back. I hope you guys do it. Keep it in the Big Ten. All right, you want to go to my dogs quick? The dogs are barking. I hit a dogs barking parlay earlier this week with Utsa Coasty straight up plus 799. So I got the dogs barking today. Woof, 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 woof. You heard George's dog barking. The kids are going crazy. Who's at the door? It's just me. I'm just delivering you dogs. Hot dogs on a stick. Come on, pull it up.
Oh, okay. You waiting on me? All right.
Yeah,
I'll just listen to you.
so they can see it. All right, there it is. Navy. Salute to service on the money line, which I already kind of said. Temple. Wrong team favored. Never winning. And Kansas State gets the job done today. They are absolutely rolling right now. I love Kansas State. I love what they're doing. What they did last week against Kansas. I know they're playing Texas Tech. Well, I mean, listen, it's 2025. Totally possible, D-Fish. Totally possible. It's 2025. No one judges anymore. It could be a thing. Just saying. You don't know. Do you know that she does or doesn't? Weird if you do. So, Kansas State versus Texas Tech. This is one of those games where I just feel like Texas Tech could drop it. I didn't even look at that game.
I didn't either, actually. I do know that Virginia, man, did not look good against UNC, and Cal's been tough. But I don't even know what the spread is.
Is it still over a field goal, Trent?
Oh, it's +6 for Cal.
No. Yeah, I would move it to 7.5. I'm taking Cal.
Yeah.
Too many points.
Virginia on the road.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Again, traveling all the way across the country. That does matter. That does matter. Give me Cal. Live on the money line, too.
Yeah.
D-Fish didn't answer about his aunt, so weird.
I've seen a lot of Penn State team total unders.
Yeah, well, yeah, because I don't know how they score. Because I think defense is so good.
I don't think Ohio State's giving up double digits at all. I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, they have a backup quarterback, dude. The run game's atrocious. They don't have receivers. I'm not really sure. I think it was 10.5 last night because I looked at it. And I just now before the show, I looked at it again. I think it was like 13.5 because they're offering like this boost on DraftKings where if you like combine 3 legs from the Vandy game and the Penn State Ohio State game, that you get like a 20% boost or something. And I think their team total was 13.5. Look, I can't. Okay, he's asking you, Trent. Trent's asking.
You can certainly answer. I would lean.
I don't have one.
Another game that I didn't look at a lot, but I would lean.
I'm not touching either.
I would lean over. Both teams like to score and have shown a lack of defense, but it is at 66.5, so the books certainly think the same. It's a tough one.
They both robbed me last week.
We'll lean over.
Over. All right.
All right. Well, yeah, if we don't have I'd certainly get some of my morning back here. If you guys don't have any other additional questions here, that is A-okay with me. I've got a living room, looks like a bomb went off that I need to go clean up before my wife comes home and hurts me. But we're gonna close it out. So on my side, my recap, we're going Vandy plus 3.5. IU team total over 34.5, SDSU minus 10.5, Tennessee minus 2.5, and Wake plus 10.5. Ty, do you like Central Michigan?
Yeah, I'm just taking on the money line though. I don't know what the spread is. I think it was like 2.5 or something. I would just take them on the money line. Don't mess with the spread. I know you'll pay a little extra juice
Against Western.
Yeah. Or are they Western's favored? I think Western's home.
I was trying to find it. I thought it was an earlier game. Oh, Western's at home. Oh, Central's a dog at plus 170.
I don't know. I'm sorry, Trent. That one's tough. I would just take take Central Michigan plus 5.5. That's the play I would take.
5.5.
Remember, like we do, like I do the research for the Discord, and then I research these plays. So when you guys ask me certain ones, there might be ones that I haven't looked at. So don't crush me if. I mean, yeah, I personally would fade them. I would fade them, but
Clemson season's kind of
they're weird, dude. It's weird. I
like
like Duke
doesn't have a whole lot to play for anymore.
Yeah, I like Duke a lot, but
yeah.
Okay, and then on my side, we got the salute to service play of the day. Navy, Blake Horvath, Heisman, SMU plus 10.5. The horses are running. The Owls fly high in Philly plus 5.5. Kansas team total over 39.5. Hawaii, San Jose State overs only 55.5. And then the dogs barking is Navy, Temple, and Kansas State. Parlay, take them separately, whatever you want to do.
Sounds like money. Let's go. Oh, that's not the right box. There you go. This button. All right. Gonna go ahead and work on closing out here then, guys. You got about an hour and a half until some of these games are gonna kick off. Get some more plays put out in the Discord here for you guys. Those are the majority of these people I recognize from, I believe, the Discord. But Ty, you got any last things before we close her out?
Yeah, go and complain to YouTube TV. I'd really like to get ESPN back and all those other channels that I now don't have. So go to YouTube TV if you do have that and complain.
Yeah, it's too expensive to not get everything we want.
Yeah, totally agree.
So, yeah. So, all right. We'll close it out here, guys. Appreciate you guys showing up. Have a great Saturday, and we will see you guys next week.